Hey everybody, this is Aaron Pritchett, and this is my interview for Gibson.com and Epiphone.com.
Hi Aaron, welcome to the Gibson tour bus at the CCMAs. How are you liking Edmonton so far?
I love it. Edmonton's always fun. It's always crazy, Jackie. Every time I come here, there's places to go, people to see, and a lot of trouble to get into.
Mm-hmm. What have you been up to so far?
Well, actually, I came here on Wednesday. I got here Wednesday day and took in the hockey game that night. I played in it.
Awesome.
The actual CCMA first ever
what position did you
CCMA
play?
hockey game. I was a right winger. I'm a wingman. That's what
And did you win?
No, we lost.
Oh,
but,
no.
We lost 14-11. I mean, it was like a rec hockey game.
Oh, wow.
It was fun, though. It was good. I got a goal.
It could have been worse.
Yeah. No fights. I tried fighting Dave Semenko, but he wouldn't go.
All right, so you're a past CCMA winner, so
Yep.
this must be a bit different for you this year, being more of an observer.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Yeah.
predictions that you want to share with us?
I think they're all good friends of mine, so I can't really say, well, I think this person won, but I'm going to, because that's the way I roll. I'd say Gord Bamford really surprises everybody and takes home some hardware that most people would go, well, Johnny Reed should win that, or I think Gord's going to walk away with some of the stuff, and that makes me really happy because Gord deserves it. He's been hardworking for years. He and I played the clubs at the same time back in the 90s and early 2000, and so it'd be really nice to see him win something and take home some of this hardware that it's well deserved.
Cool. So you've been busy recording your new CD. How's that going?
That's awesome. It's so cool. Actually, it's in the hands of Kevin Churko right now, who's mixing it and mastering it. He's up here right now.
Done.
It's almost done. Yeah, it's literally days away from being done. He's up here right now working on something with CMT, but he's going to go back down to Vegas and finish it up, and away we go.
Cool.
We're almost ready.
Do you have a release date?
I don't have a release date set yet. Part of the reason why I'm here this year, like you said, I'm an observer this year. It was my quiet year. It's my calm before the storm, I call it, and I'm hoping, anyways, keep my fingers crossed. But no, there's no set release date. We're meeting with a bunch of record labels this weekend. Already did, and going to again tonight and tomorrow, and then we'll see what kind of deal we can work. I'd imagine either later this year or even possibly earlier next year.
Cool. Well, good luck.
Thanks.
We hope. We can't wait to hear it. So, rumor has it that you have Daniel Adair of Nickelback drumming.
Yes, I do.
How did that happen?
Oh man. Well, the guy I'm working with right now, who's my industry representative, is Jay Sikowski, and Jay's an old rocker with all these guys, all the Nickelback guys, and Hinder, and Three Doors Down, and 3 Days Grace, and all these guys. So anyway, Jay came to me and said, "Hey, what do you think about throwing Daniel Adair on the album?" I said, well, "Yeah, like we're ever going to get him." He said, no, he's a good friend, and I thought he was just full of it. And turns out he made a phone call. Daniel came into the studio for 3 days, and we laid down, or 2 days, and we laid down 8 tracks. And between him and Jerry Adolph, who did the previous 4 tracks, I guess, on the album, this is unbelievable. Daniel really took it, to me, to another level. And it's the country rock album that I've always wanted to do, and it really, really shows. And it starts with the drums. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. So what are your fans going to hear on this new CD? And when will the unveiling be? You think early next year?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to get a single out for probably middle of October. So I could see the album probably being released, because I don't want to release it right before Christmas. I'd rather have it, a little while before.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure between middle to end of November, and if not then, probably the first of the year, so January.
Cool.
And this album is definitely, it's my album. This is the album that I've wanted to do ever since I started recording, and it's that country rock based stuff. Like I said, I mean, you could listen to a couple songs. One's called "Walk All Over Me," and it's definitely a rock based song. And
so it's a heavier record.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's exactly what I wanted it to be, and I wanted it to end up sounding like Keith Urban meets Theory of a Dead Man meets
Cool.
Daughtry meets Gord Bamford, and it is all that. It really is. It encompasses everything that I always wanted to play.
Awesome. So you have a great live show that brings rock and country fans together, like you're saying, and even more so now. Who would be your dream artist to tour with?
Dream artist, I have to admit, would be somebody who's, maybe I'm sucking up here, but Bryan Adams would have to be my guy. If I could do a crossroads sort of thing, it would be with a guy like him, or even Springsteen would be I think one of my ultimates. So yeah, because we're very similar in that way. You know, it's a little edgy and a little fun, and it's always fun. So yeah, guys like that.
What do you think is the difference between country fans in Canada and the U.S.?
I don't know. I've experienced the country fans in the States, but they're very loyal. I think that's the common thread that country music has over any other genre, is the country fans are very loyal. And even if you have a record that's, maybe not your best record, your fans are still there, and they're supporting it, and they love it. They find the good out of anything that, the industry finds the bad in, So that's the beautiful thing. Whereas, unfortunately for pop and rock, your fans can come and go really fast. I mean, you're as good as your next single, or your last single, I should say. And your next single has to be amazing. Whereas in country, you can get away with, the average kind of song every now and then, and your fans will not go anywhere.
Cool. So what guitars have you been using on the recording and on your tour?
I use nothing but Epiphone and Gibson guitars, actually. All the guys in the band, there's one guy who's actually kind of straight, but I won't tell anybody about that, but only on one guitar, but the rest of his are all, we used a couple of Les Pauls, some old vintage Les Pauls. A guy had a 53, I think it was, and like an original 53, and this thing, it was unbelievable. The sound of this guitar was just amazing. And so I mean, and you can hear that though. That's the inflection that I wanted for this record, was the little more heavier guitar sounds. And the only real guitar sounds I could explain to the guys that I wanted to hear was like a Les Paul. And if we can get that and still have a country album, we're magic, and we did.
Awesome. So you've been doing a lot of very interesting charity shows in smaller communities across Canada. Tell us about those and how these came to be.
Well, actually, it was an idea that I originally started with myself, but it really got blown out of the water when another guy came along and said, "Oh, I've done something similar like this with another artist in Saskatchewan. So why don't we try BC and Alberta?" And so I did. And what it is it's just me and my guitar. We don't play to any more than 400 or 500 people, but we don't play to any less than 200 either. And I just play by myself. And what I get to do is it's a 90-minute set. Sometimes it's been over 2 hours, actually. Some sets. So I'll go and play all the hits, obviously, Hold My Beer and Hell Bent for Buffalo, Let's Get Rowdy, all that stuff. But I'll play songs that either they've never heard before that I've written, or stuff that didn't quite make the album and got recorded, but didn't quite make the record. And I get to tell the stories. That's the coolest thing. I get to tell these really dumb, quirky stories that are funny, and that, behind each song, and really give the audience a taste of what it took to get to where I'm at. All the funny little things that happen along the way. Some songs, how they were developed and whatnot. So there's a lot of bonuses to it. Plus, it's a benefit. So it benefits whatever cause these communities want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun for you.
Exactly. It's been tons of fun. But I miss doing the live band thing if I'm not doing it then. So, but coming back and doing big shows always.
How have the responses to the new songs been?
Killer. Really good. I got a song called Coming Clean that's probably going to be the first single. And the hook line is, "Why does coming clean feel so dirty?" And it's such a great song too. Like the storyline is something totally different. I think people are gonna laugh about it, and also kind of make them go, especially in this era of Tiger Woods and Jesse James and guys like that they've been vilified for being the way they have. This song is right around that storyline. So that's kind of where the idea came from.
So one last question for you. It's a trivia question.
Okay.
Since we're in Edmonton, Gord Bamford's hometown, he's nominated for 7 awards. What is your prediction as to how many awards he's going to take home?
My prediction would be he'll take home 4 awards. He's already won 1 today, as a matter of fact, for Producer of the Year. So, awesome. With Byron Hill, who's the co-producer. So he's got 1, and I'd say he wins 3 more on the award show on Sunday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in to the Gibson Bus.
Always fun.
Love having you here. Thanks so much.
Guys.